Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. Here we are yet again with another piece of potentially broken Mortal Kombat 1 tech. So I'll show it to you real quick here, and it won't make much sense without some background, but here it is just out of the gate. Some Sindel stuff, and Sindel's been a naughty lady in the past. She's had some stuff that had to be patched out of the game, like her unblockable infinite, right? So that sucked. It happened. It's gone. But here we are now with a new piece of tech that's debatably bannable. Let's put it that way. So I learned of this from our pals over at Rip's Arena, and this actually happened during one of their tournaments. And they made a flash call mid-tournament to ban this tech. So I'll show you the tweet and clip here that kind of sparked all this.
Appreciate. What is the right word here, Fabs? Appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to test you, Fabs.
It happens. I'm always ready, you know? Wait, the Jacks. Yo, that was a reset. Chat. Camera's on. Another reset. Chat. What is going on? He's gonna kill him off of 3 resets. No way.
Reset into reset into more resets.
Bring the camera. What happened?
So yeah, what's happening here is Sindel, a forward 4 and a Jax call can effectively reset you forever, as long as she has Jax and she has a little bit of meter. So forward 4, like many moves in Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat's Mortal Kombat, it puts you in a little bit of an animation hit stun, right? And normally, of course, naturally, you can block and all that kind of stuff while you're not hit stun. You can't never just, combo out of it with certain assists. That's not how that works. But Jax, well, he kind of breaks that whole block thing because he has an unblockable move. So normally and nominally, how this works is, you kind of do your thing, call Jax, and either you'd call him too late and the opponent can jump out and all that kind of stuff. And in the example here, you can see I'm just going to hold up. That's not going to happen. And obviously, it being unblockable, I can't necessarily block. However, if you call Jax at most timings, what's going to happen is, as you can see, the enemy, instead of the normal getting popped up, they will actually just immediately collapse to the floor. That's kind of like the safety prevention measure, right? So you'd fall, collapse to the floor, therefore no juggle, therefore no pop-up, therefore I don't recombo you and the scream and loop. However, there's a very specific timing, which admittedly is not that difficult. Some people are already trying to defend this, saying, well, it's very hard to do. No, it's not hard to do at all. Just trust me. My execution is garbage. I can do this very easily, right? So it's not hard to do at all. But with the right timing, as you see here, I can get my combo, pop you, and the one thing you might notice about that jump in after Jax does the Quake, right? 2-hit combo. So that resets the combo scaling, and therefore all my damage I'm going to do is like I just started an all new combo. So it's not going to scale like a normal combo. So let me show you one rep of this and how much damage it would do. So there we go, right? You notice Sindel's a little bit past half health, although keep in mind she has Jax, so she has an extra 100 health. So this does over 500 damage. It's like 560 something, right? For 1 bar. And maybe not the most optimal starter, and definitely not the most optimal ender. And this is a high damage game, sure. But I think you would say, 50+% mid-screen off anything is a bit much. Because you can start this off anything. All you need is basically a start with a combo and you're good to go. And if you can land a scream at all, you can do this guaranteed. And once again, this is all predicated on the fact that you can do whatever combo, and you, with the right timing, you do forward 4, call Jax, and at the tail end of the forward 4, when you're still in the animation recovery, but before you can do anything, before you can move, before you can do whatever, he'll get the full pop-up on you, you re-juggle, you get the whole new combo, and go from there. The combo routes, you can kind of do whatever you want, really. That's just the core part of it is forward 4 and the Jax call. And specifically for the timing, all I'm doing here is back to EX Fireball, cancel the EX Fireball into Levitate, then wait 1 split second, and then hit Levitate, punch, so you're just doing like jump 1 from Levitate, and hit the cameo button at the same time. And when you land, you do forward 4, and then easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Once again, this is not difficult timing. Some people are trying to say it is. In my experience doing this, it is not. Might take you a couple tries, but trust me. Once again, just after levitate, wait a split second, then hit jump 1 and Jack's call at the exact same time, and it basically will auto time it every single time. It's not too difficult. So that's it. Basically, once again, forward 4 and Jack's call, and that's the 2 main ingredients, and everything else, it's up to you. Let me show you now just some more examples here. One where you're a bit more optimal with the Jack's call. So there we go, a bit more damage yet, because once again, you know, we're using Jax, so we can use the backbreaker in a combo too. And that particular combo, once you count the reset, right, is basically 60% for 1 bar. 60% for 1 bar, I think no matter how you want to swing it, you can agree is a little bit ridiculous. Because once again, the reset is 100% inescapable. There's nothing that you, the player, can do about it. You have to take it. It's almost like a MK9 Cyrax bomb reset. You cannot stop it any way, shape, or form other than, say, a breaker. Well, rooflemonger, I believe I'll do a breaker on that, right? I won't accept that. Sure, if you have 3 bars, who says you're going to have 3 bars? And that's also the insidious part of this, because as long as you have meter, you can keep looping this over and over and over and over. I've only shown you the 1 bar example, right? So for 1 bar, you can get 60%. What if we have 2 bars? And don't treat this like this is some magic Christmas land scenario where you have 2 bars, right? Round start, first hit bonus, boom, I have 2 bars, and you have 1, and you're not breaking nothing. It's trivial, frankly, like especially with Sindel with the big buttons to get first hit bonus, and therefore if you have 2 bars, let me show you the damage she can do with 2 bars, and once again, this is all inescapable. After you get hit the first time, unless you have breaker, you're along for the ride the whole time. You have to take all of this. And yeah, there we go. So that whole sequence was 860 damage. 2 bars. That's not unreasonable ask, honestly. Not an unreasonable ask. And yeah, so if you don't have breaker, which a lot of times you won't, like let's get real, a lot of times you will not have breaker, you can lose up to 860 points of your health for a single touch. And Nick, we can optimize that more, I'm sure, right? That's not necessarily the most optimal variation of that combo. And if I had Fatal Blow, like that would be death, basically. So yeah, it's a pretty wild. And once again, if you do this correctly, this is all inescapable. You, as the defender getting hit, have no recourse out of this other than combo breaker. If you get tapped at all, due to the nature of how this not necessarily glitch works, you're screwed. And yes, once again, this is not even necessarily a glitch. Jax is unblockable, is meant to be unblockable. You can't block it, right? And this is basically hitting you at the tail end of your hit recovery frames off forward 4. So you are allowed to block. If Jax did like, you know, a strike, you would block it because that's how that works. If any other cameo did a strike, you, in that animation, you would be able to block it. But once again, it's unblockable. So that's kind of how that cookie crumbles. And once again here, normally the idea is you're supposed to fall right to the ground. And at all timings, except for the late timing, that's exactly what happens. When you do it correctly, you still get juggled upwards instead of falling right to the ground, which is the whole problem. So is this ban worthy? Well, Rips Arena, they made their call, right? I'll let you discuss that in the comments. Kind of technically working as intended. Like, once again, this isn't necessarily even a glitch. It's just Jax being Jax, right? Like, perhaps you could argue when you change it, the fall down, if you're in any kind of hit stun animation, it should always be that way, right? If you're even 1 frame in hit stun animation, you should always fall down to the ground. I don't know. Once again, this could be round start. You get tapped with down 3, first hit bonus for Sindel. You do something with forward 1, boom. That's 860 damage out of the gate at the start of the round. This is a very real match scenario. This isn't some Fantasyland stuff. So we got another situation on our hands here. It's not technically an infinite, right? But this is like the old days of Cyrax, where, you know, Mortal Kombat 9 and Cyrax bomb setups. Technically, they're not all one combo, but They're inescapable resets that you cannot do anything about, and that's exactly what this is. This is definitely stronger than not. I'll put it that way. It's stronger than not. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Mortal Kombat 1's a crazy game, and we're going to be figuring out more things like this in the future. But yeah, so that's the tech, I guess. Now you know what to do. Play around with it, especially because it might not survive in the future, so play around with it now while you can. And otherwise, that is the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Mortal Kombat.